With several big stories, including the NOPD consent decree, with that department now officially in the sustainment period, which means after 12 years of federal reforms, this is the first big step out of federal oversight. But first, some new shocking details about the suspect behind the New Year's Day terror attack and his time here in New Orleans. It comes as we're also learning there are more victims. The FBI now telling us that 57 people were hurt, with a total of 136 people impacted. That, of course, still includes the 14 loved ones who were killed and even 2 businesses. But that's not all the agency is revealing. WDSU's Ariel Brumfield joins us live to walk us through some of these new developments about when the suspect came to New Orleans. Ariel.
Well, Randy, as you mentioned, we are learning more about the victims who were impacted in that terror attack, but also who that suspect was and when or how he started having some of those extreme views that we learned about. The FBI shares with us earlier today that they also suggest that the suspect was a devout Muslim in 2022, then started isolating himself in the spring of 2024. The FBI says that is when he had began having those extreme views. Now, we're also learning more about the time spent in New Orleans. The FBI says on November 10th, Jabbar took a train from Houston to New Orleans and then returned to Texas on that same day on a bus. According to the FBI, while in the city, the suspect looked at an apartment for rent on Orleans Street, and just days after his travel, he applied to rent the apartment, but then later told that landlord that he changed his mind. So this is just some of that new information that we've been hearing from the FBI today. We're also told they're still investigating and reviewing hundreds of videos and pictures related to that terror attack. Of course, we'll be keeping you updated as we learn more about that incident. Reporting here on Bourbon and Canal, I'm Ariel Brumfield, WDSU News.
And Ariel, the FBI is also revealing new information about the suspect's online search history. We have it right here for you. Some of the things that he looked up include how to access a balcony on Bourbon Street, also information about Mardi Gras, our carnival traditions, as well as information about several recent shootings here in New Orleans. And just hours before the attack, the FBI said that he also searched for information about that vehicle which rammed into so many people at that German Christmas market just 10 days prior to the New Year's Day terror attack. So for more information about what the FBI is revealing and the latest on those victims, you can visit our website, WDSU.com, or our free mobile app. Also, break